Karina Benner. Welcome to day 3 of Yin Yoga to wake you up. We'll start with Kapalabhati. This is a breathing technique. It's a cleansing technique, a kriya. It's not appropriate if you're pregnant or if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure. You could just breathe conscious, conscientious breath if those conditions apply. Place one of your hands on your belly and close your eyes. The opposite hand is down or up on your thigh. As you inhale, feel how the belly moves forward. As you exhale, draw the belly back. Yeah, do that again. Inhale, the belly comes forward. Exhale, draw the belly back. Now we'll practice reversing the awareness. Instead of inhale with exhale just happening, we'll focus on exhale with inhale just happening. So rapid successive exhalations through the nostrils. If you need a tissue during this exercise, that's fine. Inhale, feel the belly come forward. Exhale, draw the belly back. Inhale, just about halfway. Rapid successive exhalations. Listen for the silence of the inhale. Let your shoulders stay soft and down the back. Move just the belly. The shoulders, don't keep the body rigid. But do your best to primarily be moving the belly. Kapalabhati is warming the body, preparing it for asana, bringing into balance the forces of inhale and exhale, and maybe stirring the pot a little, getting whatever lethargy or heaviness might be in the body to dissipate. Start to slow it down. And exhale. Release your hand and just feel that. Okay, so we'll move into square pose. It's an external hip opener. You'll probably come off of your blanket, although some people find it's better on their knees to sit up high. So your job is to find out what works for you. Stack your right shin on top of your left shin. You might, some people will find, like Jennifer does, that her ankles and knees line up pretty well. Ben finds that if he slides his feet a little closer to each other or his knees a little wider, then when he folds, he feels his outer hip a little bit more. As ever, as always, in Yin Yoga, you're not trying to find an external form, but rather how does this pose fit your body? So we are seeking to open the outer hip. Go ahead and tuck your chin and round yourself forward. You might like your blocks as elbow supports or a forehead support. If at home this is not working for you, you could cross your right ankle onto your left knee and sit up to feel the outer hip. Relax your face, relax your shoulders, relax your eyes. It's better in Yin Yoga to stay higher and release with time, as opposed to go as far or deep as you think you should go, and then feel a little bit claustrophobic or panicked, so you don't have to go as deep as you think you could go, but rather let the breath take you into the amount of opening that is appropriate for you right now. So the outer hips, they can get tight if you sit in a car a lot or sit at a desk a lot. Even if you ride a bike or go running, the outer hips could get not so mobile. So this is a chance to create some space there. External rotation of the thigh bones. Yeah, as you fold forward, maybe with time you can go a little deeper. And so waking up it's about discovering what is occurring right now. It's about being fully present, moment by moment. It's amazing that your body never has a choice. Your body is always here, wherever here is. Your mind kind of thinks it has a choice. The mind is often going into the future or the past or spinning on a hamster wheel of everyday responsibilities. What's happening right here includes physical sensation, the experience of breath, of energy. It includes your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, even your intuition, your spirit, the youest, truest part of you. And knowing how busy your day is, giving this time just for you, for this self-exploration, this self-inquiry, self-care. Often it's the stillness of the body that reveals the movement in the mind. And there's not a problem that your mind is moving, just notice. The moment that you notice that you have wandered away, that you're no longer embodied, you're no longer in this room, the moment that you notice, just come back. Anchor awareness in the physical body using sensation, using breath, being entirely curious about now. So, inhale here. Exhale, sigh. Walk your hands in under your armpits, press down, lift yourself up. Just pause for a moment. Everything affects everything. Let your awareness grow so subtle you start to notice the effects as they arise. And as you're ready, we'll change sides. So go ahead and bring your feet to the floor. If it would feel nice to just do a little windshield wiper for a moment or two, do that. And then when you have the courage, go ahead and stack your left shin on top of your right shin, setting yourself up in the way that is appropriate so that when you fold, you feel the opening in the left outer hip, using supports, using blocks, however they help you. So yeah, left shin on top of right. Sitting up for a moment, tuck your chin and round yourself forward. It's important to remember that yin yoga is never seeking to stretch your knees. Nobody needs more flexible knees. What we need are strong, stable knees. So if you feel this pose or any of the poses as tugging on your knees, part of your job is to figure out how you can target the area that we're seeking to open or lengthen and get it out of your knees. Danna Faulds wrote in a piece about waking up called Awakening Now. She wrote, "Why wait for your awakening? Do you value your reasons for staying small more than the light shining through the open door? Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Now is the sole moment that exists to live in the light of your true nature. Perfection is not a prerequisite for anything but pain. Perfection is not a prerequisite for anything but pain. Please, oh please, don't continue to believe in your stories of deficiency and failure. This day is your awakening." Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, relax your eyes. With time, you might lower the supports or move them out of the way. It's important not to force anything in yin yoga, but rather let yourself melt and sink into it. awareness simply expand into the relative silence, the relative stillness. So inhale, receive the breath deeply. Exhale, sigh, yeah. Walk your hands in. Press down and lift yourself up and just pause for a moment and feel that. So we'll transition into a shape that is meant to target or open or lengthen your inner thighs. So turn sideways on your mat. At least two choices. Ben will have his legs out to a wide angle, turning sideways, face the other direction, I think. You can sit back on your mat, bring your legs out to a wide angle. You might sit on the edge of a blanket, especially if when you go to hinge forward, if your pelvis doesn't come, a blanket might help tilt you forward. Jennifer is going to come through child's pose and get the toes to touch, probably widen the knees, like a wide knee child's pose. And she's going to let her hips drift back towards her heels. Both students and you, go ahead and walk your torso forward, folding forward over your legs, hopefully positioning so you feel your inner thighs. And if you're in a shape like Jennifer is here, if you wanted to widen your feet, if that increases the sensation you feel, you're welcome to. If that doesn't feel good at all, then certainly don't do it. As ever, use blankets, use blocks in a way that helps you let go, that helps you release and surrender. Yin is a different practice than restorative yoga. In restorative yoga, you would be completely supported and held. In yin yoga, you might use supports to help some parts of the body so that other parts can just completely open. It's almost like using body weight and gravity to gently position bones away from bones so that the tissue that binds the body together can be tugged on or lengthened. And the idea of waking up, it's not about becoming someone else. It's about discovering who you really are. Yoga practice, this path, it doesn't give you anything, but it reveals you to you. Whereas inventions are creations that never existed before, discoveries are things that had been there the whole time, but we needed a new lens perhaps to see or to find. And so discovering the truth, discovering what's inside, who you are. So you are both an incredibly unique, temporary individual who is beautifully, perfectly flawed. And maybe you're also a spark of the eternal, that which is the source of all things. And perhaps through your practice, you come to know both sides, these aspects, both aspects of who and how and what you are. Yeah, notice if you're tense in your shoulders or your jaw. See how your practice could be one of allowing, receiving, surrendering. Even though the poses can be intense, at some point in your practice, hopefully you have a feeling of relief, like there's a moment where you just sigh and you realize that at least for now you can abandon the continuous pursuit of achievement or accomplishment and just settle into now. You're already enough. So in a moment, you can sigh. Feel the ripples of the vibration, maybe like you pitch a stone into a calm pond and feel the vibration. So inhale here. Exhale. Walk your hands in and come to sit up and pause for a moment. And as you feel ready, we will transition into child's pose. If it's helpful to use your hands to bend your knees, you can do that, or use your hands to gather your legs in. Come to lay down with your head toward the top of your mat, your legs long. And always using props, using supports in a way that really helps Shavasana be restful and restorative. If it's possible to nudge things you're not using out of your way, go ahead and do that. You might like a blanket over top of you for a little bit of weightedness or even warmth. Your body temperature will drop in Shavasana. If your lower back feels tender, putting a blanket rolled up under your knees could be helpful. If your neck doesn't feel comfortable, a little support under your head could be helpful. But Shavasana, even after such a gentle practice, is really wonderful. It helps your body make sense of the work you did. It helps your body to integrate the benefits of your practice. So stay here for 5 minutes if you can. And when you start to wake yourself up, be so gentle, be so kind to your body. Perhaps waking yourself up with small movements and then giving yourself a moment or two just to connect with yourself so that you move forward into your day feeling more whole, more complete, more like you, more like who you know yourself to be. Thank you.